So now we have drums, percussions, and bass. If you are separating drums and percussions, you would have 3 channels filled of 8 total. Now we have to start filling the blanks of the song, which means going into the chords. In order to play chords, you have several options here. First of all, if you are a keyboard player, you are ahead of everybody else. If you are a guitar player, you are ahead of everybody else. If you are not one of the two, you have to adapt. I am not a keyboard player or guitarist. I had to learn how to play chords and how to play basic keys, but even there, I managed to survive. You're gonna survive. If you are a keyboard player or guitar player, your life is much easier. This is because with keyboards, virtual keyboards, you can do everything. With a guitar, you have to open one channel if you want to do chords and rhythm guitar, but you cannot overdub it in the session view. You have to use a looper for that. I'm gonna explain that later on in the course. And so for now, for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna talk about 2 different class of sounds, which are pads and synth chords. Pads are synths or guitar used to play long stack of notes, which usually helps you fill the blanks of the song. I used one in this sense in the previous lesson, in the previous example. You can hear that the notes are there, but they are really lush. And reverb is set up so that I have a lot of release after I release the fingers. Sorry for the pun. But yeah, when you talk about synths, the sound going on after you release the fingers is called the release. Pads and the sounds used this way fills the blanks and gives a sort of basics of the harmony of the song, so that I will dedicate one track, one channel to this kind of sounds. You either use synth sounds, virtual instruments, or your physical instrument. If you have a physical instrument, again, you have to plug it in, and you have to remember that you cannot overdub it, but you can do a lot of stuff even with the physical keyboards, because you are a keyboard player, man. You can do everything. And physical guitars, because, man, if you don't play chords on guitars, what do you buy a guitar for? And yeah, so one track is for this. As you can hear, this kind of instrument is good on his own and within the arrangement. So if you have to start a song softly, pads is what you need to start from. If you have never used a pad synth, there are free and paid options on the market. On the free section, you may find the Surge, which is an open source synth, very difficult to set up, but with a lot of presets that work just out of the box. Otherwise, there is Labs, which is a collection of synths which covers also pads. It's free, they work out of the box, and they have just a couple of buttons to learn how to play. But yeah, simply that. Otherwise, there is Vital, which is the free version of Serum. These 2 synths are very powerful, but you need to be proficient in synthesis, because they don't have many presets on board, and you have to create them by your own. Otherwise, there is another synth I may suggest, which is Taluno LX, which is a reproduction of a Juno, a Roland Juno. This is, I don't remember if a free version of this exists, but last time I looked around, it costed something like $10, no more than this, maybe $15. But the Juno is a synth capable of doing everything, both stabs, chords, pads, bass. So with a single synth, you may be able to cover several needs of your song. And you can open a separate instance of this synth in each track you need and set it up to play a different sound. Okay?